103 pounds. And you look here, this is Gomez and Slaton. On the other semifinal match, we don't see James Kennedy. Coleman Scott is waiting.
Jimmy Kennedy just had to get something fixed on his uniform. He's coming on right now.
All right, so a little bit late to the party, but ready to go. Meanwhile, the other match between Gomez and Slaton underway.
So again, a split between these two. Joey Slaton and Franklin Gomez. And Coleman Scott had an earlier win this year against Jimmy Kennedy, 3-2.
3-2, though. That was close.
Coleman's got a great double leg in the standing position. I'm sure Kennedy has seen it, been scouted about it, but that is his best offensive weapon on his feet.
One of 3 Cowboys in the semifinals tonight for Oklahoma State.
Franklin Gomez, such a great tactician, great story. We talked about it a lot. Grew up in Puerto Rico, wrestled in Brandon, Florida, great high school program. Super sophomore for Michigan State, and he's just good in all positions. Great explosive wrestler. Slaton, he's a bulldog. He just pounds on your head, comes straight at you. Gomez knows how to get off the tracks a little bit and find the angles.
They were totally off the mat there with Coleman Scott, and the ref didn't blow his whistle for a few seconds. I couldn't believe that.
Coleman Scott, of course, in the familiar orange singlet of the Cowboys. And Kennedy in on a leg.
Scott, a 4-time All-American, looking to make the finals.
Scott was upset in the Big 12 championship this year.
Wound up taking 3rd. He was runner-up here at the Nationals last year.
Gomez beating Slaton in the semifinals of the Big Tens, 10-8. It was a wild match, and just hung on. Flurry of comeback by Slaton, but Gomez went ahead and won the Big Ten championships over the other semifinalists from the Big Ten, Jimmy Kennedy.
Jeff, you as a wrestler, now that you've gotten this close to that ring, do you start to get a little more nervous or a little more anxious or a little more excited?
All of the above,
yeah.
And it's trying to control all of the above that's essential. Can't let your emotions get in the way. You want to stay focused. You'll hear that word over and over from all the coaches. Don't worry about the finals, worry about this.
Going to period 2 between Slaton and Gomez.
Heck, all these athletes have to make weight again next year. They've still got work to do even when they're done wrestling.
Gomez will start on the bottom here in period number 2.
Good hand control by Gomez, but look how Slaton drives through. Great action there by both wrestlers. Time goes down on the other semifinal match, and it's going to be 0-0 after the first period between Kennedy and Scott.
Looks like a replay, didn't it, between Gomez and Slaton?
And Gomez keeps coming up well, gets good hand control, but Slaton just drives through the hips.
Well, it's happened twice in a row now. Does Gomez change strategy?
Needs to get a little bit more separation before he turns to face Slaton.
Gomez
He's able to turn, but his hips aren't separated far enough that he can. There he goes.
There he got hip separation, great hip action. Look at that double leg that he came in. He's driving through. Good hip action by Slaton again. Gomez good and elbow deep in there. He doesn't just have the hands there. He's elbow deep now. Can he drag Slaton back on the mat? cover the hips, grab the other leg, and get the 2. Be a big three-point play.
A referee saying they went out, came back in, went out, and it wasn't continuous. He does not give the 2. If he does, it's because the other referee override suggests that it was 2. We'll see.
They work in tandem, don't they, the 2 officials?
Could also say, did he dive out of bounds?
They're both up, and it's basically what happened there is he kind of went back in, his foot came back in bounds, and so no 2 points, so it's still 1-0 Gomez.
Jeff, explain the roles of the 2 officials out there. The one lead official, he makes all the calls. He only is asking for help, right?
That is correct. The assistant referee will not help in a judgment call. He will help with a technical violation, clock, those kinds of things. Injuries, but not on a judgment call unless asked by the referee that's calling the match.
And look at Scott riding Kennedy.
It's vintage Coleman Scott. He's a very good leg rider. He does a real nice job, but Kennedy coming up, he could get Scott called for a stall if he keeps coming to his feet right here. The important thing for Scott is to keep his belt buckle in the back of Kennedy there, but Kennedy's really going to force the official to say, hey, Scott, you going to do anything with this?
Well, he's built up over a minute of riding time here in the second period.
And he does. So there's a tactic by Kennedy, and he gets the warning against Scott. Coleman Scott gets a warning for stalling.